All right. What's up, everyone? This is, what time is it exactly? This is 7:02 that I've joined in. This is my Instagram live. Today I'm joining in and I'm going to be talking about personalities. So if there are people in this room who don't know me, hi guys, welcome to my live. I am a personal identity coach. My name is Serena. I am joining in from New Delhi and it's extremely hot here. So don't mind me sipping water throughout my Insta live because it is really crazy. So if you know, you know. Alright. So today actually I want to talk about this upcoming workshop that I'm actually doing, that is next Sunday, that is actually called How to Start Discovering a Guilt-Free Life with Your Appearance and Inner Image. And today I want to dig deep into personalities. I don't know about you guys, but let me tell you about me. So when I start talking about personalities, I want to actually ask you guys, okay? So if you guys respond, well and good. If you guys just want to hear me, that's perfectly fine as well. So when it comes to personalities, I think somewhere we are all afraid of not knowing what's more to it, right? We always want to generalize it. In a manner, I would say we love labeling ourselves. We love talking about ourselves in the forms and the connotations and the concepts that we know. For example, if I talk about myself, I'm not talking about myself just as my name. I'm talking about myself that, okay, I come from a certain, region. I follow a certain religion. I, have those kind of beliefs. I have those kind of thoughts. Because as a personality, I'm all of it, right? You're just not one-dimensional. You're a human being. You're created in duality. And in both aspects of your creation, you have good form and bad form. You have great virtues, you have great vices. You are a mix of both, right? Now, when you want to talk about a personality, you're just not defined by your name. You're just not Serena. You're just not a gender. You're more than that. You're more than just this admission form, right? So I actually want to talk about the personalities that I used to tag myself under for years on end, and I think all of us do somewhere. A lot of us are stuck to this concept of our moon signs and our sun signs. And we love attaching ourselves to those characteristics. Like, I know I've done it, I'm guilty, major guilty for actually attaching myself to the fact that I'm a Virgo, and I stick to that. I stick to the fact that I'm a Virgo. I stick to the fact that I have extreme Virgo qualities and almost guilty of the fact that I don't like a certain sun sign because it doesn't match. And I'm kind of restricted my personality based on this horoscope, right? Guilty. You might be also too. You might also be stuck. And I want to help you actually master different aspects to you because I want you to get out of this one-dimensional understanding of who you are as a person. So today, when I was talking about coming on live, I've come on live after the longest time, and it's been such a break, and I hate the fact that I have not been able to continue. But I'll tell you this, today that I've come with a very different agenda, and the agenda is something that's new, and that newness comes from the fact that I have invested in my learning. That newness comes from the fact that I've invested in books. This newness comes from the fact that I've invested in new coaches who give me a different direction. So when I'm talking about being part or understanding or identifying your personality, it actually stems from the concept of me saying, stop generalizing yourself into a one dimension. If I talk about you and I say, do you only wear one set of clothes? Do you only have one expression on your face? Do you only eat one kind of food? Do you only wear one kind of product? There is no only one, right? why are we restricting ourselves of not discovering more? Why are we restricting ourselves with not living on that more? And that life needs to come from this, just knowing about our personalities, that needs to come in. So today I actually want to dig deep into my versions of personality that I actually will be going live about all of them in my workshop that's happening on next Sunday, that is the 29th at 11:30. And it actually talks about this topic. It talks about looking good is all about self-respect, and it digs deep into these personality types. So let me tell you, I'll tell you about the personality types that I actually came up with. I actually created this personality quiz. How many of us have actually been guilty of taking personality quizzes? A lot of us. And we're kind of stuck in those manner where we're just thinking, yehi hoga, yehi sahi hai, right? And we get ourselves accustomed to this one concept of one-dimensional personality. You know what? I read this. It is so true. I think it just hits the nail on the head. It doesn't. You're more than that. So today I actually want to go and touch on the few topics that I've realized are very, very important when it comes to a personality. So digging into the personality types, my first personality that I actually want to talk about is your mental personality. Now, what is your mental personality? Your mental personality actually constitutes to three things. It constitutes to your thoughts. Those thoughts can be positive, those thoughts can be negative. It constitutes to your beliefs. Are you someone who judges based on your beliefs? Are you someone who lives in assumption? Are you someone who lives on a very different belief system and is hell-bent on questioning someone else's belief? And the mental personality also works on the values. What values you've grown up with, what values you think are important, what values you, you counteract with someone else. You try to match with someone else. You try to please and you try to find some form of similarity in terms of value. That all these categories of your thoughts, your beliefs and your values come under your mental personality. Because every day when you wake up, you have all these different types that you are supposed to live with. You are supposed to live with these different versions of yourself. Every day, you might have part of these 10 personalities working. Within those 10 personalities, you might have 20 working. Within those 20 working, you have only 24 hours to work. What you choose, how you work, how your subconscious mind works, or how your conscious mind works, it all depends on you. If you don't have any clarity on that, you will continue living life in that manner. So mental personality, for me, that I have understood, works in these forms. Your values that are extremely important, your belief system that you have carried on from a very, very young age, that you have carried on looking at your parents, unconsciously taken over, and now are passing it on to the next generation, and even the thoughts that you have every single day. That's the first, your mental personality. The second actually comes down to the physical personality. What is your physical personality? And I'm not talking just about your name. This goes beyond your name. But your physical personality also talks about, one, your body build. What kind of body do you have? Are you someone who is constantly regretting the fact that you are a certain body type? You're kind of hating it, right? You hate the fact that you are pear-shaped. You hate the fact that you're a rectangular shape. You hate the fact that all of these matters come in. You hate the fact that you have broad shoulders. The build that you are given, the body that you have been gifted with by God. That is a personality. For you to own, for you to identify, and for you to nurture is all part of your physical personality. That's you. You're not getting constructive surgery, right? You are taking care of your body build. That's part of your physical personality. The second part of your physical personality is actually your personal colors. Now, personal colors come down to what is the color of your skin? What is the color of your eyes? What is the color of your hair? What is the color of your lips? All of that. Are you embracing all those aspects of yourself? Are you hating it or are you embracing it? That becomes part of your personality. And the third type that comes under the physical personality is actually you recognizing that you are God's creation. You are actually taking care of this vehicle. This vehicle is your only way to exist. How do you take care of it? Do you take care of it by bathing? Do you take care of it by putting packs? Do you take care of it by beauty rituals and regimes? What do you do? All of that, it could just be related to the kind of food you put in. It just could be related to how you take care of it, just nurturing it, just taking care of it, just giving it what it requires. All of that is part of your physical personality. Have you actually started embracing that? Are you starting to look at yourself in that physical personality? Your mental personality is completely different. Your physical personality is completely different. Have you started to accept your physical personality as well? That is what I want you to recognize, and that is what I want you to identify with. Because if you start hating yourself on the mental level, you start rejecting your thoughts, you start rejecting your beliefs, you start fighting with your physical, you start fighting with your mental, trust me, you're gonna live a very unhappy life. It's as simple as that. Now, I've just spoken about 2 personalities. I have created 10. So I'm gonna dig deep into the third personality. And I'm not gonna touch all 10. I'm gonna tell you to come join my webinar next Sunday, but I'm gonna touch another 2. So part of the emotional personality of who you are when it comes to identifying and when it comes to acceptance is your emotional personality is made up of your strengths. Remember your strengths. We've all forgotten it over the couple of years. We've all forgotten it over the crappy lives that we're living. Adulting is extremely hard. We've just forgotten ourselves. Emotional personality is getting in touch with our strengths, getting in touch with our weaknesses, and also getting in touch with the yin and yang behavior. What is the yin and yang behavior? The yin and yang is actually a Chinese concept, right? It talks about the balance of life. It talks about the opposites. Having that kind of balance in our life in terms of our strengths, in terms of our weaknesses, and the identification of the behaviors that we live with, we choose every single day, becomes part of our emotional personality. You all agree? I know this. I know this extremely well. Because if you do not recognize these different aspects of yourself, if you do not recognize all the entire multi-dimension persona, aura you are, you might not be able to actually fully accept yourself, love yourself, and actually live the kind of life that you want to live. Everyone else will be in control. Because if you are relying on your life, your personality is based out of your horoscopes and the moon signs and the sun signs, I'm actually looking at the sun sign telling me every single day how my day is going to be. Right? Simple. I want you to start recognizing 3 things. Your mental personality, your physical personality, your emotional personality. Now I'm going to give you one more. I'm going to give you one more personality type that I've come up with. It's called your spiritual personality. Now what is your spiritual personality? Your spiritual personality is 1. Aligning to your higher self. Your higher self. Not anyone else's. Your own version. Your higher self. Your pure self, your true self, right? The second is you do your daily meditations. In those meditations, you can do any form on those meditations can be as basic as taking care of yourself. Your meditations could be based on protecting yourself. Your meditations could be based on getting rid of dark energies. Your meditations could be based on cleansing your space. Your meditations could be based on getting inner peace or balancing your entire body. It could be so many things. It just could be aligning to the higher self. Anything. So one is aligning to your higher power, your higher self. The second comes in meditation, and third is you being morally, having a moral right discipline. The concept of being morally right as a discipline in your life is what you need to work on. That becomes part of your spiritual personality. We are not looking at people who are constantly abiding by the laws. There is a moral law. There are these moral rights, right? That we as human beings clash with one another. It's not about illegality. It's about what their values hold against what my values hold. What they think is morally right to what I think is morally right. And as a discipline, using that as part of your personality to choose your morally right actions and decisions every single day. They become part of your spiritual personality. So I've given you 4 personalities, and I hope it makes sense, because I have another 6 to go. And all 6, actually all 10, start talking about you in a multidimensional world. Start talking about you where you recognize with each one. And I'm going to talk in the perspective of even clothing. I'm also going to be touching base about how your appearance. Some days you dress up really well. Some days you're completely sober. Some days you take extra care of your skin. Some days you go to sleep with makeup on. We all have that. Why are we not recognizing those aspects of our personality and calling all of that as us, as who we are? So I want you to recognize one thing. Personalities are multidimensional. Stop generalizing yourself under one category. Stop generalizing yourself that you are only known, you only understand as one, and start identifying all these different versions of yourself as who you are. Because all of these versions make you, right? When all of these versions make you, start accepting, start identifying, and start living. So this is my quick Insta live for all of you today. I actually want you to go to the link in my bio. There is a workshop that I'm doing on the 29th, which is a Sunday. It is at 11:30, that actually talks about these basic things, because you need to start recognizing this society is building us based on these clutches of guilt of what should be, what must be. And the only way they control us is because we don't know ourselves. Simple. ज़्यादा rocket science नहीं है. But if you don't know yourself, they have more control over you. So for you to have more control over your life and who you are as a person, you need to join that workshop. Come for it. It's free. Alright? It's a free workshop. Come for it. Understand. And also understand that when you actually dress up, you actually gain the respect that you deserve. And I will tell you ways how to do that. I will give you my tips, because I'm a certified image consultant. So if those who are here in my audience, thank you for being here. And if you don't know me, I am a personal identity coach. I actually help you recognize who you are. So with that, I am going to sign off, but I want you to know one thing. It's time to take the power back into your hands. It's time to start working on yourself. It's extremely important for you to start coming back into who you are as a person and start recognizing it. The more we get aware, the more we live with awareness, the more we start living with all of these different dimensions with us, we have the control in our hands. No one can guilt us. No one can tell us otherwise. So that is my big tip for all of you over here. Join my workshop. You'll have a lot of fun. I'll tell you that. And I'm not doing it only for the 29th. I'm doing the same one on the 5th and the 12th of June. So make sure that you join. It's absolutely free. And I will see you in my next Insta. Actually, I will see you coming Wednesday for a Buland Hosle session. And yes, I hope that you all can join me. We will have a fantastic personality coming in, and you will have all the Buland Hosle posters and the information up on my page. But till then, go join my workshop for next Sunday. You're gonna absolutely love it. Thank you all for joining in. Have an amazing evening. Lots of love. Take care. Bye.